Welcome to Inside Outboards with your host, Kodibass. Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Big hello to all the new subs. So, you know, I want to send, my heartfelt prayers out to the bunch over there in Hawaii. Those folks over there having it rough. They are for sure in my thoughts and prayers. Just an awful thing. Well, we're going to get back. It's been raining and everything. We're going to get back on this little cutie deluxe. This deluxe cutie. That's what we're going to do, D. Get on the cutie. Heck, I can't even remember where we left off with it, but I know we never did get it running. So, the recoil is all messed up on it, and the old garbage raider wouldn't raider. So we got a few things to do, just to see if we can get it to go pop. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get on that one. You never know what else might come in here, and you just never know. You never know. But I also want to do this. If you notice in my videos, I don't wear ball caps too much. Once in a while. I do when I go fishing. And then I got a ball cap special thing I made with a GoPro on it. Sometimes I wear that. But the good folks over at Super Clean sent me a ball cap, some decals and such, and some fine products. And I've already got one of these. So it's a nice Super Clean camo, one size fits all. And I want to give it to one of you guys. That's what I want to do. I don't care where you live, what part of the country, I'll get it to you. Or what part of another country, I'll get it to you. So, all I want you to do is, if you're interested in getting this hat, comment below and say, I want the hat, I'd like the hat, and I live, boom, Ontario, I live Holland, I live South Dakota. You get the idea. It's cool. It's a cool hat. Hunting season, camo. So, if you want this hat, where you at? I want the hat. That's what you got to do. And I send it to you. I got some other packages I'm getting ready to send out anyhow. So, might as well send that to you. So, I say, let's get on this little cutie. I do believe this thing's been rode a little bit harder than it gives an appearance to. Let's get to it. Okay, so I opened up this recoil start and there's no spring in there. So I just went over to my bone pile and got another one. And there's two different bolts that hold it on. So, yeah, I opened it up and there's no spring. So, this one's got a spring and it's complete. So we're just going to bolt it right on. Well, I need that bolt, or has that one got one? That's got a, oh, somebody, that would be me. I put a lag bolt in there just to hold it all together. So, come on, you. Come on, Ewins. I gotta get it through there. There. Is that right? It is. These are spring loaded, so when you take them off and everything, you got to hold them. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to hold them. But where's that part? So I'm in the wrong way. Right now, I can reach under there and grab that. I think so. There we go. That's better. Got to line up that little back piece. Then put on this little bitty 5/16 inch bolt. Back in here. There's that. Then oh man, I got it on the wrong side of that thing. I might take it back half. Take it back half. At least enough to get it around there. There we go. I think that's how it goes. And this should come out from under there. This thing's a little pickle, huh? And maybe that washer, there is supposed to be a washer, but it looks like there is. I can't tell. This one have a washer? No, it didn't. But that don't look right. Then it tightens on it, so try it with a washer. Come on out of there. Come out of there. Okay. So this probably needs winding a little bit, maybe. Maybe it needs a little bit of wine. Supposed to go. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Boy, this thing got a lot of spring pressure on it. It's got a lot of spring pressure on that little spring. I think that's the way it goes. I could do that maybe. Wrap a couple deals on there. And then let's see if we can get it started. Bummer. Ugh. That's a bummer. What in the heck? Now my spring's trying to come out. Which I don't even know how that happened. I think I'm gonna have to get me some vice grips or something, but that spring shouldn't have popped out of there like that. See how the spring kind of popped out? So what I'm gonna do is get a set of vice grips and clamp this whole thing, or I could use my vise over here, I guess. Just turn this out. Put him in there. But that spring has got to be somewhere different. Way up there. This thing's, it don't look complicated, but it is. Now that's there, that's there. Okay. And the spring goes there. Now we got it. I think. So, by doing it like that, the spring gets pinched. And I don't like this system. I don't like this system at all. You're fighting two different springs at one time. What he said be. There's that spring. There's my rope. I don't know if I can get that in there without rewinding it, the whole thing. Jeez. All right. I'm getting it. I'm getting it slowly. I had to take the outer spring and cup off in hopes that I can get this under there. And I did. And hopefully that'll pull that back in once I get, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little tang here. Right there, a little bitty tang. And I've got to get that, and it's got to be up under the cup and out of the sheave. So then you've got this whole outer spring that I've got to contend with yet. All right, so that's okay there. Then this would come out and around and down there. Then this would come off of here. And then you gotta make sure that don't fall off. And then, yeah, you only need 8 hands to do this. Pain in the butt, if you ask me. So, and did that pop out from under that little tang? No. I don't know. Hopefully that's it. And I'm hoping just by pulling and pushing I can draw that back in, this part of the spring, the coil spring that's sticking out. We'll see. We will see. I believe that has to come up and around, which means I'll probably, have to loosen it some, just enough to get this around. There. Okay, so I went and got the manual over there, and what this thing is showing is you reach down here, you grab the spring, then as you pull the recoil, it will suck that back in, and you're loading that spring. And each time I do that, I get more spring tension to draw the line back in. So I think that's how you do it. Okay, I'm going to try this little quick hack. What I did was I took the low-speed jet out, and I'm going to spray a little bit of carb cleaner straight into there, and then a little compressed air, and see if that don't, maybe the float's sticking a little on there, and then sometimes this will work, but there wasn't no gas going into this when I tried it the first time, but I'm gonna try this. Sometimes that'll do it, sometimes not. Forward. Neutral. Reverse. Neutral. Maybe you guys can clue me in. I went over it. Well, this little Deluxe, the recoil had nothing. So I took out the big 5/8" bolt that runs through it and the little 3/8 screw or bolt that holds the little brace. It had no recoil spring inside it. So at first I went and got a recoil spring out of one. And I got the recoil spring out of that one that has the bad sprocket on it. And I put it back together, but when I would tighten the big 5/8 bolts that holds it on to the block, it would squish everything. And I said, well, there's got to be a spacer washer of types in there. So I went and got the manual for the thing. I looked it up on my part schematic first, and it basically kind of showed these same pictures, but not actual pictures. It was just, but somewhere, let's see, is it in there? Somewhere it shows me, maybe it went one page too much. No, don't think I did. Yeah. It shows number 6. An arrow pointing here. Am I even in there? Let me back you out just a little. Yeah, you're not even in there. Okay. Now you'll be in there. It shows number 6 right here. And here's the parts breakdown over here on this side of the manual. It shows me the different parts. And you come down to number 6, it says washer. Number 6. So, get my water bottle out the way. That's number 6, and it shows a washer there. Well, the unit, this one, the one that came with it, did not have a washer there. So I was like, But this is the bolt that I'm speaking of. This big 5/8" bolt right there. You take, and it is a shouldered machine type bolt. So the only thing I seen that was really missing from the parts lineup was that washer. So I said, well, how can I make sure I get that, that particular washer? And I said, well, the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to go to the bone pile, out in my Conics, and find one. And dissect it. And that's what I did. I went out there and got the one that's on it. It was on a little 4-horse I had. Pulled it, and it right back. And I pulled it again, right back. And I said, well, this is a good one. Well, I came and I put it on that motor. I didn't open it up. I didn't dissect it. I put it on that motor, and it worked so-so. I said, well, it was working on that other little motor. I'm gonna open this thing up and see what that washer looks like, number 6. And that's what I did. I opened it up, and lo and behold, there wasn't number 6. There was no washer in that one there that's shown in that manual. And I'm like, So, any of you guys in the know, I don't get a lot of these little 4 horsepowers with this starter setup. Most of the ones I get are much older than this, although they'll have the same recoil starter system on it. They won't have a gear shift. They'll just have, where the gear shift would be is the throttle. It's just a handle. So that's what the one that's on there now came off of. So I don't know what I'm missing here. I don't get it. I mean, it'll start it, but it hangs up and stuff like that. And the spring is wound correctly. I went by the manual, and it showed me to pull out the spring and then wind it and then shove it in and wind it and shove it in. That's how I did that. But I don't know. But she runs better than I thought it was actually going to run. Because when I had the spark candles out and I was turning that thing just by hand to get that recoil cord to go back in, it made a kind of a scratchy sound. And I was like, man, I wonder if this thing's been down to the Davy Jones. But I don't know. So it still needs a little bit of stuff. I'm going to have to figure the recoil out. It's not peeing really strong, so it could probably stand a water pump. I'll have to look and see if I have one in my stock. If not, I'll have to order one. And this one, I forget what year I said it was. I think 94. So I'm thinking the water pump on this one will probably be a little different than those older 4-horse. But I don't know, it might be the same one. I got to look it up. But that's all I'm going to do to it right now until I make sure I got the parts and whatnot. And I'm getting a backlog of Yamahas around here that I need to do. I've got some lawnmowers, chainsaws, a water pump. I could see living here with the summer we've had, the amount of water where you might need a water pump. That ain't no joke. But that's going to be a wrap on this. I want to thank you for watching. And as always, that's one more hack from Kodiak. More vids are a-coming on Inside Outboards with your host, Kodibass.